bipolar, and well, he wasn't bipolar during the time. Well, he was, but I didn't know it. And he was breaking hydrants and running out the school down the highway, and doing all kind of wild and crazy things, and passed it to for his admin. And I didn't understand what was going on, so I was like, doing stuff like telling him I'm gonna give him some
Telling
Barbie
type though.
shoes. And I went viral for that, and then I went viral for one time I went and got ass shots, and I rolled home in the seat on my knees, and I went viral with this. So I always been on social media. I was a part of Planet O'Shea. I was a part of the Planet O'Shea radio station, the internet radio station, and then I went to Periscope, and I pretty much took over with that. And then after Periscope, I decided to come to Facebook, and that's when I met the gang and everything else began. I met, everybody else.
Diving right in. Pumpkin said that you this is in an interview that you were not necessarily one of the original girls of the Facebook, but you actually earned your win. Is that accurate, or how do you view your entry into Facebook?
I'm not from Room 21 like the rest of them. I
Okay.
am a Keys to the Street girl. I am the one that came in and built that bitch after Keith knocked that motherfucker down. Because when I came, it was like, watch out for Pastor, Pastor this, Pastor that. When you come, block them, get Pastor, do this, do that. So that's why I got the name Mommy Keys, because I was pretty much like the mother of Keys. I told Brandon what to do. I told everybody what to do. I told them how things was gonna be done, and I was the one that they was depending on to like take down Keith and take down all the big people that they was afraid to stand against or whatever. So that's how I got the name Mama Keys. It's Mama Keys.
Okay, so you go to Facebook, you make yourself known, you link up with Brandon, and that's how you become part of like kind of his world. You mentioned in
Well,
there
what
that you
happened was I met Mike. Mike the Dyke is from Houston, Texas, Fifth Ward, where my children's father is from. And me and him was doing little skits or whatever. And I met Keith through Mike the Dyke, and I got crunk with Keith. And then after that, you know how you get crunk with somebody, and I thought I'd never see him no more. Pastor him for his admin. So I
he
never
does
thought I
have.
was gonna.
I did have him. He does have.
Okay, I never thought I was gonna see him no more. So then I met Brandon, a dude in my inbox. So evidently Brandon must have been looking behind the bushes watching me and Keith go at it. So he hit me up one day like, man, I need you on my team. And so he told me he needed me to roast somebody. And the person he lined me up, he put me up in Keys to the Street, set me up, told me to hit start and I go in. And I'm like, what I'm gonna say to him? He told me to tell him that's why Magnum got shot up. Tell him that's why this and that. Tell him that's why you a bitch nigga and you this and that. So he pretty much gave me what his history about Keith, and me and Keith. He began to set up that line, and me and Keith did our roast and stuff. And then he called on the phone and was like, "Y'all ain't got no hard feelings with each other." And Keith was like, "No, I don't much know it, but I'm gonna get your ass. So we're gonna redo this again." And that's how I began my roasting and Keys to the Street.
Okay. So okay, in a sense, so you were doing your thing. Brandon noticed. Brandon solicited you to come and do the Facebook stuff for Keys. And so it was so initially you're saying you were against Pastor. Initially there was a
No,
because
no,
of
no, no,
your
no. I didn't know him like that. It was just a little. It was just a little innocent rant and roast. I wasn't against him. No, it was just shocking that the dude that I was wrote like arguing with well, he was arguing with Mike the Dyke, and I was like, Mike, that's my brother. They had on their little wigs going back and forth, both of them. Mike is a straight man and he a straight man. During the time they both had on their little wigs, dudes was doing this shit, and they was going back and forth. And Mike the Dyke was my brother, and I was cussing our pals for like nigga fuck you or whatever, but it wasn't that serious because I didn't know him. He was a dude from out of town on Facebook, came up with Mike, and they was kid with their wigs on. And then Brandon hit me up, and then Brandon was like, I want you to roast this dude. And the dude he wanted me to roast so happened to be the dude that I had was like going back and forth with on Ike the Dyke page. So I was like, damn.
all right, so cool. All right, so and it seems to be so everything seems to be going good with that. Where quick question because it was just brought to us. Where was Pumpkin at the time, and where was Eb at the time when this actually was going on?
Okay, so Pumpkin. Pumpkin, I didn't know Pumpkin. Brandy put me in a group chat. It was Cortez, it was AJ, it was Bando. That's the dude that started the herpes shit about me. It was Bando. It was AJ. It was Key1. It was was Keith in there? No, Keith wasn't there. It was everybody, but then eventually he added Pumpkin and Monica. And when before he added them, he told me to go in on them and be like, yeah, you bitches. Monica flew out to Chicago to lick pumpkin pussy. Them hoes had a wreck together, you broke ass bitches. He gave me like different things to say about everybody because I was new. I didn't know none of the girls. I didn't know Joe. Yeah, Joe was up in there. He all of them was up in there. Cortez, he would tell me what to say about everybody up in there. So I just started coming at people because he'll tell me what to say. He'll text me, and whenever I get ready to go live and do my due diligence, he'll be telling me what to say. So Pumpkin and what's that girl name? And Monica had just had a wreck, and Monica was saying that Pumpkin had let her get raped in the back of a van while Pumpkin laid and act like she was out of there on Xanax. Some dudes that was in Keys to the Street had raped her in the back of the van. And then I know they end up in a wreck, and Pumpkin ended up kicking Monica out of her house, and it just went down. And I started roasting both of them bitches and posting Pumpkin pictures and eating her up based off of what everybody was giving me to use against her because I was new. I didn't know.
Okay. Wow. And so basically, when you come in, knowing none of these people, Brandon basically kind of authored what was going on as far as what your role would be into Keys. So how long
Yeah.
before you come in, before you establish yourself as Mommy Keys? What was before you you come in, you do your ordeals. How long before you establish yourself as that girl?
I didn't establish myself. They was gonna call me auntie at first. Cause I used to sit in
Okay.
my bed with my no teeth, eat my ice, pop my Zydeco, jam my blues, and Brandon used to be like, girl, you jam like somebody auntie. And I said, nigga, it was already an auntie Ham or something. I was like, don't call me no fucking auntie. He's like, we're gonna call you mama. You be running shit around here, whatever. And he started calling me Mama Keys, and they started calling me Mama Keys. And Brandon used to always tell me like, when you get on me, like everybody like I dog Brandon. No, Brandon asked to be dog. Brandon told me to cuss them out when we go live, get on his ass, tell him this, or if like a person asks him for something, come up there and be like, nah, bitch, Brandon ain't give you no motherfucking money. Go off on them. But every time a girl came up and want to flirt, he'll send me to come up and read her down. I didn't do that on my own. Brandon sent me to do it.
Okay. What was your incentive to do that? Was it just the notoriety? Were you getting paid? Were y'all
Well,
making money on Facebook?
we wasn't making money, but we was promised a mansion and we was promised to be on TV on the show and be paid from it. So I really thought that we was gonna be on TV and get this mansion in Atlanta. He had showed us.
Brandon promised y'all that?
Brandon, yeah.
Did you ever notice that when did you notice that? So it obviously didn't happen. What happened, or what was the reason? Were you ever told a reason why it didn't happen?
Well, I had ended up leaving. I took down the
Okay.
whole goddamn keys and left. I knocked that motherfucker down the whole platform and I left because he brought Petty. Well, I brought Petty the bill.
Okay.
A Petty DeBelle. She
Yeah.
was my follower. She was my follower from Houston, Texas. And she
Okay.
asked me, could I put her on because she saw the views I was getting. And I said, yeah, I could put you on. But then Brandon said no. So I had to lie and say she was my sister on my daddy's side. And then Petty came and she lied and said she had a radio station. She lied and said she was going to be on Love and Hip Hop of Houston with Nicki Minaj and all kind of people. And we really believed the bitch. And then after that, she started talking to Brandon on the phone about me, telling Brandon he needs to get rid of me. I was negative to what he trying to bring. And then Brandon called me telling me. So then when I went to Georgia and I met Nicole for the first time and we was in a hotel, Brandon kept blowing up the phone while me and Nicole was in the bed telling me what Petty was saying about me, how bad she was talking about me and shit like that. So I'm like, you gonna let this bitch do this? Because he started telling me that me and Monica and Maine had to go to another key to the street and he was gonna keep Petty and Tab them over there for the business aspect. And I'm like, what? Nigga, I bring the motherfucking views. What you mean that you finna move me around for this bitch I brought over here? This bitch. And I say, you know what, man? Wait, let me wake it up, bitch. You ain't my real sister. I don't know you. Bitch, I brought you over here, and now, bitch, you trying to sneak up under me and tell me not to be over here. So then she popped. Patty used to be scared of me. She wouldn't talk back or nothing. Then she popped it up with Tab, and then that bitch got backbone and started talking shit, trying to buck or whatever, and
What's your
different things of
relationship with
that
her
nature.
now? What's your
Huh?
what are y'all? What's your relationship? What's your relationship with Petty now?
We don't have no relationship. She called CPS on me, and I called it back. So it's up and it's stuck.
If you could see her right now, would there say anything you want to tell her or something?
I don't have nothing to say to her. Nothing at all. But she need to thank me. Because if it wouldn't be for me, she wouldn't have that surgery. She wouldn't have her family. She wouldn't have that Section 8 house for that motherfucking furniture.
Okay. All right. Well, hello. What happened? She didn't even say nothing. Did they ban her? Okay, okay. Y'all are some haters, and that's for real. That is no. She didn't even say nothing. There are haters, and I don't care who it's coming from. I don't care who it's coming from. Let me bring him up here. My my lawfully wedded, my estranged husband. Until we get, it should just be a 10-minute ban.
I don't know.
I'm gonna text her and find out exactly what's going on.
Shout out to the haters.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
see why your views was up like a motherfucker. I see why they did it. I never looked up there.
I'm trying to see now. I'm trying to see. I'm texting her now to find out if it's a 10-minute ban or what's going on. But that's unfair because I give everybody equal time.
Did they give you
That
did they give you the receipts on somebody asked me to speak on you? Oh, I think it was Charlie. Asked me how I feel about you. Did you get them receipts?
no, not yet. But you could just, you could just
You're
tell
not gonna
me.
get you're not I was just seeing if they give you the positive shit like they give you the negative shit. That's all.
No, they just, you know how it go. They just kick you negative. You know this.
Oh, man.
They ain't gonna. Do they give you the positive shit I say about you?
Hell no.
Okay. Obviously, you know what happened. You know that. You know this game. You've been playing it too long. You've been playing.
Hell.
We've been doing this too long. We're not going to get the positive. The positive have to come from whatever. They're not going to show that. You could say I could get on there and say, and I could say Pastor Preacher's a cool dude.